Awesome. I see we have more people filtering in here. And if you are watching live on YouTube, we are just going to give everyone a minute or so here just to log on, and then we will get started with the webinar. And it's me, it's Kat. I'm returning. It's not your computer screens. Lauren has very graciously allowed me to return to chat about the mobile app. So as soon as it ticks over, we can get going here. Hi, everybody. If you're just logging on. All right, let's get started. It is 1 after the hour here. Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, more people filtering in there. All right, wonderful. Okay, cool. All right, so hi everybody. My name is Kat, and I am Jotform Enterprise's Manager of Customer Success, returning for this very special Lunch and Learn. Today we're going to be going over the Jotform Enterprise mobile app. And this is the app that you're going to download from the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile device. We do have past lunch and learns about building with the Jotform apps tool, past webinars, all available on our YouTube channel. But this lunch and learn today is specifically related to the Enterprise app. I just want to make that super clear. We do have an app for our Jotform standard users that will be a little bit different. This is especially useful for our current enterprise customers and those interested in Jotform Enterprise. So if you are familiar with Jotform Standard and logging on and being like, this looks a little different, it's again not your screen. It's just because this is the enterprise specific app. We are going to be covering a lot in this video. So of course it will be recorded, and then I will reserve some time towards the end of the presentation for questions. I'm going to be using the Enterprise app on an iPhone interface. It is a pre-recorded screen capture that we're going to be going through together. So please note any sensitive information like passwords and the like have been edited out. But you can also use the app on Android devices as well. It's just that I happen to have an iPhone. So let's just log right in. As I mentioned, this is a pre-recorded screen recording here. I've already logged into the demo server, and the default screen, just like when we log into our server or on desktop in the standard Jotform app, is the My Forms dashboard. I am logged in as a server admin on the demo server here. So we can go through, we can easily access other assets from the drop-down menu. We have so much flexibility on the Enterprise app, especially as administrators, similar to our desktop, and you can collect data on the go, even offline, which we'll go through together, and manage your server environment at your fingertips. All right, so as you can see here, we can access other assets. We can also click into our forms and take all of those actions that we saw, but you'll notice here that these actions also include kiosk mode, which is a unique feature to Jotform Mobile and is available on both iOS and Android devices. So there you can turn your mobile device into a survey station, utilize the screen lock feature to securely collect submission data, and you can allow respondents to only access that one form without having access to anything else within the app. Once the form is submitted, it will return to the start page to collect multiple separate responses securely and easily. Now, we also have the other options displayed on the screen, including the inactivity timeout, visible exit kiosk button, and more. All right, so we're going to take a look at our app settings here. Now, before we get into these features, I do want to highlight the ability to set up your forms for offline access. So we can see that in the third option from the top. With the offline forms feature, you can set which of your forms you'd like to make available offline, collect submissions whilst offline, and feel secure knowing that the data will then be synced when you're back online. So you can couple this with kiosk mode, and you can use offline forms to make collecting submission data, especially when in the field, streamlined and simple. You can see we're toggling on and off the download with cellular data if we do want to sync when we are connected with Wi-Fi. All right, so let's dive into another uniquely enterprise feature of the mobile app. So we are going to go into the admin console now. So if you're already a server admin on a Jotform Enterprise server, you're likely familiar with the admin console. But if you haven't used the admin console before, this is where enterprise server admins can get into what's happening behind the scenes on the server. So Jotform Enterprise is a dedicated server environment, and your admin console is a great way to get a quick overview and audit of different activities on your server, like the dashboard tab, which is the landing page. But let's click on the menu button and we can see the rest of the tabs that we expect within the admin console. You can manage, edit, update users, view forms, submission data, audit all server activities on a per user or server-wide basis, manage server teams, you can contact support, and you have the ability to access several options in regard to white labeling and customizing your server. So you can see here, we're just going through the different options. This is, of course, where you would reach out to the support team, and this is where you could white label your server and manage that if you'd like. All right, so we're going to click back into the menu here shortly as the admin. And then what we're going to do is click into the mobile tab. So this is where you can easily share the app and invite licensed users on your server to download the app on their mobile device. In just a couple of taps, you can choose to either share the link with your users or you can email them to download the Enterprise app. That's a unique link to your app. So with the download app on your device, people can scan the QR code to also be taken to the app in the app or Google Play Store, depending on their device. And then also in this tab, we as the admins can see which of our licensed users have accessed and downloaded the app as well to ensure that each user required to download and access the app has been able to and has as well. So in regards to the other tabs here, you have full admin access on the Enterprise mobile app. Let's say that you want to take a look at what's happening within the teams on your server. As a server admin, we have full visibility into all teams that are created on our server through the admin console. And now through the Jotform Enterprise mobile app, we can manage teams, users, support requests, server settings, and more on the go. Apologies if you hear my cat coworker there. She's just wanting to say hello. But you don't only have access to the enterprise server at your fingertips, you can also control the notifications that come through to your phone from your app settings as well. So you can decide which forms notify you of new submissions to ensure you can review that time-sensitive data in real time. And this is also true within the app. You'll see here in our example, I have a pending approval task awaiting me here. If we head back, and go to the approvals there. It's a good way to not only keep on top of your data, but ensure that you stay up to date with any pending tasks as it comes to your daily workflow, wherever you are. You can have that at your fingertips. All right, so I'm going to enable kiosk mode on this form, and let's just see this app in action after our approvals, which I'm showing you there. All right. So we're going to enable kiosk mode here. And we're just going to go ahead and launch it shortly. Now, again, want to revisit the kiosk lock, and we can set a 4-digit PIN if we choose to do so. All right, so let's say that I am going to be John Smith. And again, you can see there, but I'm going to fill in all of the information and then I'm going to submit and complete this form here. Now, because we're in kiosk mode as well, once we submit the form or our respondents go ahead and submit that form is going to head back to the start. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill everything out here. All right, I'm John Smith, just john@example.com, if I could spell it correctly, of course. Oh my goodness. So you can see the ease and flow of the form. They're just filling this out on either their phones or a device that you had set up, especially with kiosk mode. So we're just going to go ahead, submit the form, and then again, we can exit kiosk mode, or we can refresh the form. Of course, if we want to exit kiosk mode and we have the lock on, they will need to have that PIN. So if you just want people to keep filling out the form, you can just click refresh form and it'll take you back to the start here. All right, so I'm just going to enter the password for kiosk mode and head back into the app so you can see here. And you can see that I've received that notification of the submission as per my notification settings. I do want to just remind you that you can change these at any time within the app and on your device. And then I can view the submission in the app within our inbox mode. From here, I can also check out any pending approval tasks for this form. I can even go in and send or create a new Jotform sign document to send to the respondent, all from our Jotform Enterprise mobile app. All right, so that was a very, very brief look into our Jotform Enterprise mobile app. We collected some submissions. We saw the kiosk mode. We can manage users on the go within our admin console. We can enable offline forms. We can have control over other settings, workflows, even Jotform apps, all at our fingertips. We do plan next season within our Lunch and Learns to have something that goes a little bit more in depth into the building of this, but we wanted to give an intro of this. I do also want to mention quickly that HIPAA users may have a different experience. So if you would like to take a look at that, we can always see if we can present something to you. Please reach out to the sales team if you are not currently a Jotform customer, or if you are already a Jotform Enterprise user, then you can always reach out to your customer relationship manager or your business development manager as well. All right, so if we have questions, please feel free to type them into the Q&A box, or you can comment on our YouTube live stream. But let's just take a quick look at our questions here. Okay, perfect. I'm sure you will cover this, but I downloaded and looked at the Enterprise app when it first came out. I was wondering if there were recent enhancements I should especially look for. That is a great question, actually. We do update it every now and then, especially as our products get updated. I would recommend going in just to make sure that you have updated the app to the newest feature. But recent enhancements, I mean, with the Jotform Enterprise mobile app, you do have access to everything that you would want to on your desktop. Of course, there are going to be some restrictions from the full thing on desktop, but for recent enhancements, I don't believe we've had any have had any recent updates to the app other than, of course, just versioning. But again, great reminder to make sure you're going into the app or the Google Play Store, or making sure that your app is just up to date at all times. Okay, so we have somebody who is an enterprise user. It looks like you're getting an error when you open the admin console. If you could reach out to our support team or your business development or customer relationship manager, that would be awesome. And then we can certainly help that with you. All right, would love to speak more about strictly end user functionality. Our authors admin use web. Okay, so your admin uses the web mostly. The field users are using the app and they are not authors or admins. Yeah, so if you have a user that is using the app, of course, they would not have access to the admin console. It would be very, very similar to how they would access, especially if they're licensed users on your server, any form that you say may be assigned to them, forms that they have created, submissions that they are in charge of. They can also access their teams from the mobile app. So if they are in the field and they do have certain connections that you're wanting to do, especially to have data sync over Wi-Fi right away, then what you can do is, enable Teams for them. They can do that there. Forms, you will have to enable them as offline within the app itself. Keep in mind, though, with offline forms, there are some restrictions. There are some widgets, most notably our global positioning, global geolocation widgets that do need an internet connection to function properly. So our app will, if you try to turn a form to offline forms with a non-compatible widget, it will let you know and say, hey, some of the widgets might not work as expected offline. But yeah, for the kiosk mode as well, it was kind of just what we saw there. Of course, with that, we're talking if you're at an event or if you're just wanting someone just to fill it out, that is going to be a respondent. So when I say respondent versus user, user is somebody who is licensed, who is building forms on your server or is managing submission data, is actually logging into your server. A respondent is somebody who is just responding to the form. So you can do that there through the kiosk mode. If they do happen to have a user license, or if they are a guest user on your server, data only user, and you've assigned a form to them, they'll be able to see it on the app as well. But we're going to take that feedback, and in our next one, we can certainly go through that and show you how that would look for respondents and users versus how it looks for the admin. All right, Griffin, are there any questions on the YouTube stream that we should be answering here?
All good from the YouTube side.
Awesome. Okay, I do have a couple of other questions here. And because we do have time, if you do still have questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat box there. Is the app only for admin users, or can standard users use the app? All users, as we mentioned, you can absolutely use that app as well. It is not gate capped or anything like that. To log into the app, you will go in, log in, put in your company server, and then of course log in. But if you are a user, licensed user, you can certainly log in and get your dashboard. You don't have to be just an admin. Okay, when using offline mode, do they need to reopen the app and take any action to sync the submissions? That's a great question. That's one that we get quite a bit. No, you just need to reconnect to Wi-Fi or cellular data, and then you just make sure that you have that toggled on, and it'll automatically update for you and sync. Yes, and can all forms be set to offline? As we mentioned, specific widgets do require internet connection or GPS functionality, so not all forms can be set to offline. If you try to set one to, it will let you know. All right. Okay, and then there's just a question here. It says, when we were looking at the mobile tab in the admin console, there was a custom app button there. All right, so the custom app is something that we can certainly chat about. That's something that would be completely separate from this app that we're looking at today, the mobile app that you would download on Apple, the App Store, Google Play, etc. We do have the capabilities, but there are some very specific details that we would need to work out between your server and between our Jotform. So that's like building a whole new app. So that's a whole nother conversation. And that is a conversation that I encourage you to reach out to your sales representative for Jotform Enterprise with, whether that's your customer relationship manager or your business development manager. They can certainly give you all of the details on what that would entail and if it is feasible and possible as well. All right. Scrolling through. Perfect. All right. Well, we have some great ideas already for our next level of showcasing the Jotform mobile app for our next season of Lunch and Learns. I've taken that down, and I'm sure Lauren has as well. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Griffin, I do just want to check in. Are there any YouTube questions before I kind of sign off here?
Still all quiet from YouTube, so you're good to go.
Sweet. Okay, great. So our next session is going to be on April 10th. Oh, I'm just seeing something else come in here. Wonderful. Thank you. And definitely would love to see more about the Enterprise mobile app. Love that. Thank you so much. We are excited for the next season, and thank you for giving us a great topic to build upon. I'm really excited to do that. And I know Lauren and the team will absolutely just bring a great session together. So thank you so much for that. And thanks everybody for being here with me today. We have our next session on April 10th. And so we're going to be going through all things admin console. If you do have any questions that we didn't get to today, please reach out to our enterprise sales team or to our awesome customer support team if you're already an enterprise user. For the one person, if you're still online that has the error when you log into your account, if you can just take a screenshot and then upload it to the forum, that will be so helpful. Please let us know the version of the app, the version of device that you're using, the type of app, the type of operating system, whether it's Android or iOS, and if you have any other issues with using the app, please let us know. The more information, the better there. But if you do have any other questions, please reach out to our enterprise sales team and your CRM or your BDM. You can also find more lunch and learns, webinars, walkthroughs, and quick video guides on our YouTube channel and our website. We have some really cool lunch and learn sessions coming up, and we're going to try to build them upon each other. So please ensure that you're registered for these sessions at jotform.com/enterprise/lunch and learn sessions, as you can see on your screen now. I am really looking forward to the next one. Stephanie will be on our next one on April 10th. We'll have a new face, and I'm hoping that I can maybe return in the future, maybe to do the next level to build upon this brief high-level overview and intro of the Jotform Enterprise mobile app. Thanks again so much, everybody. Appreciate